What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be reviewing the JFEGWO 6000 amp jump starter and compressor. Now, this video has taken me a really long time to make because, to me, I have a problem with the way this operates, which you'll see soon. I tried to give them an opportunity to fix it, but they tried to tell me, oh, no, that's how it's supposed to be. So, here we are. First off, we have this case. It's a nice case too. It's a soft but rigid cornered case like those. You open it up. It's big enough to hide all your accessories, all your cords, chargers, everything like that. We have another little bank over here for your charger, your AC charger and your DC charger. Manual, little thing to cover this all up. And then you have your device, which is a pain in the butt to get out. Maybe you're supposed to lift it out like that. I don't know. Then put this back in. But here you have the unit. You see how big it is. It's about the size of your hand. And I have some wide hands. Let's go around this thing. You have your AC port here. You have a USB port here and here. A fast charging USB port. And yes, this can charge other devices. Nothing here. Nothing here. And over on this side, you have flashlights. And here you have your starter port. So you plug in here your jumper cables here to start things. Now, I say things because this will work on vehicles. It'll work on lawnmowers, whatever has a motor and a battery, and that battery dead. I have tested this. It starts up just fine. Just fine. However, the issue is this. So when you first get it, mine anyway, it said it was 100% full, which, okay, that's sometimes the case these days with a lot of these lithium-ion battery devices. But it said to charge it anyway, so I charged it. It said 100, and then the instructions, it tells you that if it says 100, but there's not a thing up here blinking, it's not really 100. Then maybe it shouldn't read 100. That's my humble opinion. So anyway, once the thing started flashing and it said 100, boom, we're ready to go. I jumped a lawnmower, a John Deere lawnmower, and this thing dropped to 50 after 2 starts, 2 attempts. Now, my tack lifes, when I try those, if you try one time, it'll drop like maybe 2%. 2 times, maybe 5%. But this dropped the whole 50%, which I did not like. And alarmed me. Now, I went to go put it on the charger, and then after 2 minutes, it was back to 100. And that's what I'm like, okay, this thing either says 50% or 100. I don't like that because you never know where it is. You can't rely on it, keeping it in your car. I reached out to them and they said, hey, that's how it's supposed to be. So that's how it's supposed to be. In this video, we are going to test the compressor. I can't really show you the jumper, but it works like any other jumper because all my cars are working right now. But let's check out the other features like the flashlight. So it says to turn this on, this power button's for the light. Let's hold that down. There you go. Now it's on. Hold it down again, and it turns off. Now, the other thing I don't like about this unit is how you turn it off. This is how you turn it off. Yeah, that's it. Just leave it on, and it'll eventually turn off. Which, again, with this flaky little battery indicator, I don't like that. I don't trust it. It does turn off after like 2 minutes, but still, that's, unnerving. So anyway, up here you have your settings for your compressor. So you have it set on car. You can have it set on bar. What happened? See? Okay. It just turned off. I'm glad that happened in real live action. But that's how long it takes to shut off. So maybe 3 minutes or something. So anyway, but I was pushing stuff, so that's kind of weird. All right. So anyway, you have your car bar, PSI, car PSI, bar. And I thought there was a little motorcycle there, but maybe it was the car before it shut off. So anyway, we could set our PSI. It automatically has a memory of 36, or it just starts there anyway. So let's see about the memory. We're going to put ours on 33 and hit set. And we can't really turn it off, but I would love to see if it turned off and turned back on, if it still be on 33. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. I'm gonna pause, and then I'm gonna see if it's still on 33. Now, while we're waiting for it to turn off, here is your air cord, and you have your valve here that screws on. These are a little funny because you're going to lose a little bit of air when you unscrew them, but it has a secure connection. So I do actually prefer these. Just add a little extra, maybe 1 psi over, and then quickly unscrew it, and you should be golden. Now you might be thinking this is a kind of short thing, and it is kind of short, but they have you covered. Inside of the case is an extension. So we're going to use this extension as well today. I'm going to go ahead and connect these two. And then on the end here, you have your traditional connector here, which this is made of. It's a form of, it's like soft steel. This can snap. I do prefer the plastic because that might break. But you have your attachments here for all your different accessories, basketballs and whatnots, and bicycles and air mattresses, etc. Now let's turn it back on to see if it remembered our settings. Yes, it did. Wonderful. It has memory. Good job. All right, now let's go fill up some tires. All right, now to test for accuracy, I got this little El Cheapo thing here, which I've actually always found needs to be the most accurate. Then I also have this Ryobi here. It always overshoots. So if you set to 32, it'll really be like 34, maybe 35. So we have that underestimates. And then we have the JFEGWO. Let's get started. Now I'm having an issue with this tires, a slow leak somewhere. I have not quite pinpointed, but I also don't drive it much. So let's go and... Ooh, yeah, it's low. So basically 21 and a half. 21 and a half. Now let's use the Ryobi. I'm going to secure that. Give me a second. I need 2 hands. All right, that is secure. Let's turn it on. It's saying 20. So again, it's lowballing. We saw it's really actually like 21 and a half, but 20. Now let's undo that and plug in the JFEGWO. All right, so we're going to use the extension. I kind of needed it, but let's go ahead now. Turn this on. And this is saying 19 and a half, so it's even more off than the Ryobi. But it's possible in me unscrewing that. It was just a little, well, nothing happened on that. So, yeah. All right, well, let's go ahead and reset it because we don't want it to be too high. Let's set it to 32. Now let's go. Oh, wait, what I do? 32, and inflate with wireless and inflate with the adapter, because you can plug this into the car and get it going from there. So I guess that's why I said air pump 12 volt input. Now it makes sense. So inflate with wireless. All right, and we're done. Now, that kind of took a little while, and it was a little loud, but one thing I liked, its square shape prevented it from jumping around. So let's check. Now that's reading 32. Right on. So, I don't know. This might be more accurate than the Ryobi. Also, with the connector, I didn't experience any leaks. So, other than it being loud and kind of slow, it's pretty accurate. Let's go back inside and wrap up. All right, so another thing I want to mention is these bumpers on the bottom. The only reason I'm bringing those up is because I dropped it. I picked it, I didn't drop it hard, but I dropped it like maybe from a few inches off the ground. It landed right on the bumpers, which completely softened the blow. So I do like that as well. Now, I still say that this needs work because that battery indicator is janky. Let's look at it now. See, it still says 100, but based on just my experience with this is not really 100. It might be 95 or something like that, and that's what troubles me. I also like that don't like that there's no way to turn this off. It's 6,000 amps. I don't know how we could confirm that. They have a 3,000 amp version as well, and I think maybe a 2,000 amp version. And I've seen other 3,000 and 2,000 amp versions of these types of products from other brands. I mentioned one in a video a couple months ago, and that thing was on sale for like $45. This is currently on sale for $169 with a $40 coupon, making it $129. Now, for $129 at 6,000 amps, I don't think that's bad when you consider that their 3,400 amp version is on sale for $89 with a $20, so that's $69. Then they have another 3,000 amp that's for whatever reason more expensive than 3,400. And some of the other ones, like the one I mentioned before, that was $45 or $50 or something, like 2 months ago, that was also on sale. But again, it was like 2,000 amps. So when you factor that in, the 129 is not bad. But 169, I personally, for that price, couldn't do it. Just because, again, this indicator. Then there are other ones that do the same thing for a lot less. Granted, they aren't this powerful. But again, I don't know how do we validate that, you know? But with that said, there'll be a link in the description below. Like I said, I think that this needs work. I personally wouldn't pay $200 for this. I've seen other brands do the same thing for less. Again, not as powerful though. I don't think I've ever seen the 6,000 amp unit. I did look, and this is the only one on the market, and that could be why they're charging a premium for this. But they need to fix their battery indicator, and they do need to make it program this so that you can turn it off. I do appreciate the memory and everything, and again, this seems pretty accurate. So anyway, with that said, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.